No, of course.
Should be enough room for us all now, just?
Yes. Yeah. When you think they've got those huge dresses? You couldn't have had many guests in the time, would they? Because if you had tables and chairs and
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now standing, as you may have seen the sign, in the Arab room, because it's based on Arabian designs. As I say, it's a ladies' room. Everything just below our feet level now is part of a 16th century guards tower. And when the family moved in, they built up, firstly to house this fantastic ceiling and to house 2 rooms above us as well. So everything above us is an extension from the Victorian period. So it was actually a ladies' sitting room. Because of its size, it's actually quite impractical for most uses. It's more just to show off to your friends, really. You just bring in your friends, show off your wealth. But as I say, it was a ladies' sitting room. It was briefly used as a bedroom as well for a while. So let's start with the fantastic ceiling. It's carved from Lebanese cedar wood, and although it's Arabian in influence, it's actually based on a chapel in Palermo, Sicily, called L'Aziza. And again, that is painted with 22 karat gold leaf. The architect has a bit of a fascination with parrots. He's worked them into the design of every room. So you see the parrots up in the centre here, darting down to the sides and landing on the pedestals. Now the architect, he was a bit cheeky. He purposely put all the parrots with their mouths open, chattering away, because he thought that's what the ladies would do in this room. The stained glass windows up here, again, based on a Mediterranean design the family saw and liked. If you look at the bottom of each window, you'll see a small crystal ball on a pedestal. You see them? The idea is sunlight hits the stained glass window, coloured light then hits the crystal ball and refracts around the room in glorious colour. And it does work brilliantly, ladies and gentlemen, in the Mediterranean. South Wales, you don't get as much sun, unfortunately. Although you can tell it was more for show than anything, because this window is actually up against the brick wall, so it never go into work. Just for the design, really. But on a nice day, the sun does set in that direction, and you can get it lighting up the fireplace if it's strong enough. All the alcoves around the side here, and in these cupboards, were for Lady Bute to display her porcelain figures. She collected these figurines, and the butler would come up and dress the room, ready for her lady friends to show off her collection. All the walls on the floor are Italian marble, very expensive Italian marble, with the exception of these 4 green squares in the corner, which are Irish Connemara marble. As is the fireplace, the bottom of the fireplace, it's Irish Connemara marble as well. The idea behind these shutters over the windows, actually based on a Moroccan design. The idea is ladies can see out and gentlemen can't see in, which is a nice idea, but we are 60 foot up in the air. So if a gentleman sees in, I say he's done well. The fireplace here, as I said, the bottom is Irish marble. The white here, this is the final addition to the room. It was put there as a tribute to the architect who died before the room was finished. It's Camara marble, same sort of stuff. You see Michelangelo's David, done him, probably the most famous. Around the side it reads, John the Marquis of Bute built this, the year in Roman numerals, 1881. William Burgess designed it, and this is the only place in the castle William Burgess's name is on any of his work. And then finally above there, the mosaic. Remember I said the family name was Crichton Stewart? The blue lion is the symbol of the Crichton family, and the other lion has that Stewart band around his neck to make the Crichton Stewart symbol up there. Now, we had a lottery grant last year to try and clean up some of the rooms to bring them back to their former glory. This was one of the rooms that was done. So the roof has been cleaned, so it's about as good as it's ever looked. Our conservation team estimated that to recreate this room today would cost close to £20 million with the quality of the materials used. Most of that would just go in the gold and the marble. For its size, it's the most valuable room in the castle, all done in such a small space. So we're going to head from one of the smallest now into the biggest and oldest room in the castle. We're going to head just next door into the banqueting hall. I'll leave you in there. My group might go this side of the road. Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everyone white flow group now. I don't know if it was explained to you earlier, we have a free flow route at Cardiff Castle, and this is one of the rooms on the free flow system. So you are more than welcome to come back into this room in your own time later and have a good look around, ask more questions, take loads of photographs. But seeing as we're passing through, I will give you a brief overview of the room. We're now in the oldest part of the castle, so from this far wall to this far wall, that was the entire Norman house, about 15th century. So the structure of this part now is 15th century, the interior design is still Victorian now. There were 7 rooms in this space when the family moved in. They knocked them through to create one big banqueting hall that we have here today. The Spanish walnut minstrels gallery at the end there, the musicians play up in the top left to entertain the guests. One long table in here, so you've got 25 to 30 people. The theme of the room is the man on the horse. He's a bit of a mascot for us at Cardiff Castle. He's the grandson of William the Conqueror. His name underneath, Robert the Consul, Earl of Gloucester. The reason he's there, he's responsible for building the keep, which is the castle out of the grounds there. And that's what this is a representation of, is our keep at Cardiff Castle. He's often identified in a battle called the Anarchy, a 12th century battle between Stephen and Matilda for the throne. It's that story which is told in the painted frieze all around the room. Starting up here with the marriage on this wall, going all the way around. Robert actually fights on both sides. In case you're interested in who won, well, actually Stephen got to become king on the promise of Matilda's next son to be the next king. He eventually becomes Henry II, the boy getting off the boat at the top there in the red chimney. And because most people are interested, the man in the castle here, the prison, kept locked up, that's his uncle, the eldest son of William the Conqueror. So why is he locked up? Well, being the eldest son, he would expect to become the next king, but instead he goes to his younger brother. He's not too happy to stop him causing any problems. He's locked up for the last 28 years of his life.